Paul Farbrace, there's been some really good nights for Sussex in the T20 over the last few weeks. I guess tonight wasn't really one of them.
No, it's poor. We got off to a reasonable start, I thought, in the batting power play, but we just didn't make the most of it. I mean, you get what I think you get out of games, what you put into them. And tonight we were comprehensively beaten by a much better team. We thought this was a bit of a benchmark for us in terms of, Somerset obviously champions last year. They play excellent cricket, certainly at home at Taunton. And it was a chance for us to see if we could really, pitch ourselves against top teams in the country in this competition. And, we've been pleased with how we played against Hampshire and other very, very good teams, and Surrey in our group. But Somerset were too good for us tonight. They played the better cricket. They judged the conditions better than we did. They showed us how to run between the wickets. At times our running between the wickets was schoolboyish. I can accept losing. I don't like losing when I don't feel that, we've really given everything to the game. And our running between the wickets was poor. We talked about putting them under pressure when we run between the wickets. We dawdled between the wickets, and it's no surprise we had run-outs. They were inevitable, really, because we put them under no pressure in the field whatsoever. They probably had the easiest night they've ever had in T20 fielding, because we just hit the ball out to them and we walked up and down the pitch. There was no urgency. There was nobody was really trying to run until the last two or three batters went in. But by then they'd obviously knew that they'd heard me going on about the fact we needed to run better. So they actually listened and learned and did something about it. But look, what did we get? 158 was never enough on there. We were at least 30 short. We dropped catches. We were sloppy in the field. It's just one of those nights where we just haven't been good enough, and the opposition deserved to win the game.
Sussex had already qualified, Paul. Is there any suggestion at all that perhaps puts off the gas slightly?
None whatsoever. I wouldn't allow that, and the players wouldn't either. I can't accuse the players of, not trying or not wanting to win, whatever, because we've qualified. Definitely not the case. We've talked about wanting to improve in every game that we play, and that's still our goal. We're by no means a finished team. We've got an awful lot to learn. We've got an awful lot of cricket to play, and we're probably 2 or 3 years away from being the sort of team that we want to be. So every opportunity is an opportunity to learn. Every game is an opportunity to get better, and every game is an opportunity for players to show they deserve to be in the team. So look, I can't fault them in terms of the effort, commitment, the improvement we've made as a team this year in T20 has been fantastic. And I've said to them a couple of times, I think we're probably a little bit further on than I thought we would be at this stage of our development as a team in T20. But that's no excuse for not doing your basics. The basics of the game. If you don't do the basics of the game, whether it's 5-day cricket, 4-day cricket, 50 overs, 20 overs, you don't do the basics, you don't deserve to win. And we didn't do the basics well enough tonight, and I think we've let ourselves down. I think there'll be a few that will be sat up in the dressing room at the moment, will be disappointed with their night. But the great thing about this game is we've got a chance to bounce back tomorrow. And we're going to get back to Hove at about 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30. And we've got to be back at Hove at about 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon to play again tomorrow night. So, in many ways, we can't feel sorry for ourselves, and I won't allow them to feel sorry for themselves. What I will ask them to do is to be honest in their appraisal of their own game, be honest in how they think that they performed tonight and what their mindset was like throughout the game. And then, you wake up tomorrow lunchtime sometime and you go again. And that's, that's one of the good things. We've been very fortunate. We haven't had too many difficult journeys on this T20 campaign. Tonight is our tricky one. We always knew that was going to be the case, but that's no excuse, and I'm not using that as an excuse, because the tricky bit is getting home. It's not getting here. We came here yesterday and we've had all day to prepare and practice and be ready for the game, and we just weren't good enough. And as I say, we were outplayed by a better team. We didn't do the basics well enough, and Somerset deserved to win the game.
Despite all of that, you are in the quarterfinals, Paul. How important is it to beat Middlesex tomorrow? I know the quarterfinals are several weeks away, but to go into that quarterfinal with a victory to your name.
Yeah, look, I obviously we want to win tomorrow. We want to win at home, and one of our goals this year was to win more games at home than last year. We only won 1 at home last year. We won 3 this year, and we've lost 3, so we've got a chance to finish, in the plus column with 4 wins. Middlesex have got nothing to lose. They can't qualify, so they'll come with absolutely nothing to lose. We have qualified, but as I said earlier, we are looking at every game as an opportunity to improve and get better. And tomorrow night is an opportunity for us to regroup after tonight, put the basics in order, and play better cricket, and hopefully give ourselves a good chance of winning the game. And if we do that, then great. We want to finish on a high. We want to finish the competition on a high. But more importantly, I want to show our home supporters that we're a good team, and that we're capable of winning, and that we're capable of winning at home. And then, look, it's in our hands still. If Somerset do lose tomorrow night and we win tomorrow night, then we go back to being second. So, Glamorgan are not an easy side at Cardiff. We found that. We got beaten there comfortably by them. They've got nothing to lose. There's a little bit of pressure on. The pressure's now on Somerset, but look, they're a good side. They know how to win games of cricket, and they showed that tonight. They cope with, it was a... basically it was a shootout. Whoever won the game tonight would get the home quarter final. And that's, from a club point of view, obviously it would have been great to have had the game at home, because it would have added a few pounds to the bank account, and also it would be nice to play in front of our own fans and supporters in a home quarter final. But we've got to win tomorrow night and hope that Glamorgan lose. And it's probably the first time in the competition that we're relying on other people, because we're to be 13 games into the competition, and it's always been in our hands for qualification, and we qualified with three games to go. I'm really disappointed about tonight. I hate losing. I'm a bad loser, and I hate losing. But the perspective will tell me when I wake up tomorrow that we are in the quarter final. We've still got a chance of winning it. We're one of 8 teams got a chance of winning the competition. And our goal this year was to get to the quarter final and improve on our performances last year. And we've done that. We've improved on performances. We've played some really good cricket. We've scored 207 times. We've showed no real fear, but we've also showed a lot of clarity and a lot of thought and a lot of intelligence with the way we batted. We haven't just gone in and swung from the bootlaces. And that's where tonight, probably the first time in the whole tournament that we haven't batted with our brains and showed a bit of nous. And we got probably caught up a little bit in the emotion of it. We took some poor decisions with the bat, and as I say, we just didn't look like a team who had the clarity that perhaps we've had in the previous 12 games. So, as I say, tomorrow we've got a chance to do something about it.
A bit of speculation around that Jofra Archer may play some sort of part in the T20 campaign. What can you tell us about Jofra and his possible availability?
Look, he won't play tomorrow night at Hove against Middlesex. So, ECB have made that clear this week. And look, we've been in good communication with ECB over the last couple of weeks. And they're obviously being careful with Jofra. He played in the World Cup. They're being careful with him. They're making sure they look after him properly. He's obviously a huge asset to English cricket, and hopefully at some point to Sussex cricket as well. I've been at the club now for nearly 2 seasons, and he's apart from pre-season where he teased me by playing in some games, I actually haven't seen him play in a proper game for Sussex yet. But look, he has been fantastic around the lads. He's been absolutely brilliant. As I said, he came to India. He was fantastic in pre-season. He was absolutely brilliant in helping the lads, talking about their games and preparation. And whenever he's in Hove, he does give his all to the club. So, look, it is what it is. The best thing is that Jofra's back and playing. I think that's the thing that we're all really pleased about, because it's been a long time for him not playing cricket, and we're all delighted to see him back on the field and playing, and hopefully at some point, we never know. The quarter final, we might see him in a Sussex shirt helping us get through to finals day.
And what are the rules around that, Paul? Because there's quite complicated rules about games you have to play and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, look, I think it's if he's on our staff and he's one of our players, there's no reason why he can't play. It could be, I don't know, Henry Crocombe or someone who's been in our squad every game, hasn't played. You get to quarterfinals, we need a fast bowler, and Henry would be the first one into the team. I can't believe the rules would stop him playing. So from Jofra's point of view, I can't believe that that wouldn't be the case either. So it would be disappointing, wouldn't it, if the ECB wouldn't let one of England's best cricketers not play in a quarter final when we're trying to do everything we can to promote the game. I think that would be a case of shooting ourselves in the foot if he wasn't available for the quarter-final because of some rule. But look, as far as I'm concerned, he's available to play, and let's hope we don't get to that stage of worrying about that. He's available to play, and look, as I say, the important thing is he's fit, he plays, and it's great to see him back on the field.